is Paige Williams. I am a senior entrepreneurship major, and I am one of Blue Connection's project managers. A quick overview of Blue Connection is Blue Connection is a student learning laboratory at Millikan University through the Art and Entrepreneurship program. It is Millikan students who run the Blue Connection Art Gallery downtown, where the work is all student, faculty, and alumni work. My position overview is as one of the project managers. I am in charge of making everyday business decisions for the Blue Connection, whether it comes from deciding on if we're going to redo the floors, paint the walls, put up the new shelving that we put up this semester, and making business decisions like that. We make those decisions together as project managers, although one person is in charge of those decisions, but we all make the final decisions with them. As well as when it comes to new consignment pieces into the artwork, new consignment pieces for artwork, they get sent to the Blue Connection manager, the consignment contract, and pictures of the artwork, and then the project managers basically decide by looking at financials and sales that we've had in the future with that type of artwork, and make a decision on which one of those pieces we're going to keep and which ones we're not. As well as more things that we do as project managers are look for opportunities. We're really forced to look for opportunities and how we can improve the Blue Connection and how we can really better the gallery as a whole and find a way to break even. And we set goals for ourselves and for the other project managers that I'll discuss later. But something else that I like to consider, not only as part of being project managers, but I consider myself as being the events manager for the Blue Connection, basically because I've been in charge of planning the After 5 Lives and the gallery walks and the Christmas walk that happens in December. And I look into if we want to do an activity, which I have to get approved by the other project managers before I can finish working on that, and basically approve any other changes that I might want to make to the After 5 Lives. But once an activity for the event is approved, then I can go ahead and start looking into what I need for that activity and the details for that activity, as well as pretty much any other events that we have or ideas that I have as a project manager, opportunities I see. I talk with the other project managers because it's up to us to keep the business running and to make those decisions that any other manager or owner of a business would have to do. Some of my goals that I had for this semester were I had one ongoing, 2 short-term projects, and 1 long-term project. My ongoing project was the After 5 Lives. I made a sales goal that for each After 5 Live that we make $1,000. We didn't quite meet the sales goal, but we did come very close. Somewhat, and for our crowds for some of our events, it was we would make a good amount of sales for some of the crowds that came. But the way that I came to really try to get people to come to the gallery was in November we had a Turkey Hands activity, which we donated the money to the Good Samaritan Inn, which I thought would bring in a couple good crowds, or at least get people to really look at the gallery and be like, oh wow, they really are into charity events. That's great. It makes us look better as a gallery, and not look like we're just looking for sales just for ourselves, even though we do like to make sales for ourselves. But also I asked the other project managers in 360 during the Christmas walk to pick a piece of artwork in the gallery that they would like to sell, as well as a piece of artwork from the spotlight artist. And they were supposed to email me or tell me in person the the two pieces of artwork they were going to sell, and look and research the artist and read their artist statement, the type of work, or really just look at the artwork and try to get a feeling from that artwork and what it makes them feel and how they feel and how they can relate to it, so that they can talk to the customers and maybe find a connection with them and share with them what that piece of artwork means to them and learn what it means to them, and not only make a good relationship with the customer, but also make a sale. And that's what we really want, because we want to meet our sales goal of $1,000, and I really want to keep that sales goal up for next semester, because I think we can do it. I think if we have enough people at the gallery on the floor talking to customers and really talking about the gallery or whoever, those artists in there, most of them are students that we all know and that we can relate to. So I think we really can make that. I'd like to keep that for next semester. One of my short-term goals was Arts in Central Park. Arts in Central Park was something I kind of walked into very quickly, but I set a sales goal for $500 for each day that we were there. We were there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday was more of an exclusive day. It was for just the vendors kind of there, and also for people who came who promised that they would buy something from one of the vendors that were at Arts in Central Park. We didn't quite meet our sales goal for that day, but Saturday we did come very close to meeting it, and Sunday I think we would have met it as well if it wouldn't have rained on us and we had to be pushed to the gallery. But overall, it was great. We had Diana Kinkler, who does a lot of our jewelry at the gallery, and Kay Baird, who makes handmade cards and has some other artwork at the gallery. But they came and were there, and people could watch them do their work. And with Diana there, she could make adjustments on jewelry like within 5 minutes if people needed it. So that was great, and brought people to our booth. And it was good overall because we got our name out there for those people who heard about us but weren't really sure about us and never really stopped by. But it was great because we got our name out there, and we did make some money that event. So that was even better, and I think that's something we need to continue doing in the future because it's a great opportunity for us. And my other, the thing about Sunday was that it rained, so we had to move to the gallery, but that was good because people walked by the gallery still. My other short-term project is the consignment contract database, which basically my goal for that database is to work with the database class at Millikan University in creating a consignment contract database that will alert Blue Connection a couple weeks in advance before that our contract for a certain artist has expired. This is great because our contracts are set for their 6-month contracts. So at the end of 6 months, the artist is supposed to be contacted to schedule time to come pick up their work. So we needed a system that could really alert us when that was, and that system was the consignment contract database that we decided would be best. That database would send an alert to the Blue Connection manager a couple weeks before the contract was expired, so that manager could get a hold of the artist and let the artist know that your contract is expiring in so many days. Would you like to schedule time to come pick it up? And if you are interested in reconsigning it or bringing in new work, let us know and we'll run that by us, the project managers. That's great because it keeps us on track of our contracts, and also kind of keeps us in touch with our artists a lot more. The consignment contract database, I worked with a student. I kept in contact with a student there who was kind of the liaison. And we talked, and I found out that the database was completed. The teacher right now of the class is making revisions on it and touching it up and making it more presentable, and making sure that it works for us before she presents it to us and teaches us how to use it. So hopefully during next semester, we'll be able to put that database into use. As for my long-term goal, my long-term project, was the Blue Connection on the road, and my goal for this is to basically, right now, the goal for it is to find a location in the Chicago suburbs, downtown Chicago area, and to have kind of an event for Blue Connection to take our artwork on the road to go to that area and contact our alumni that are there, and to other people around the area, and let them know about Blue Connection and get our name known outside of just Decatur, because a lot of art galleries, they're known from place to place. So if people stop in Forsyth or in Decatur to just kind of crash for the evening through traveling, or if they know somebody who lives in Decatur or wants to come to Milliken, or not only does it let people know about Milliken, but it also directs people to the gallery and really lets them know that this is a great opportunity that Milliken has created for the students. And I think that's a great opportunity. We did it last year by going to Edwardsville, Illinois, and we made over $1,000, and it got our name out there, and people come to the gallery now. You've heard of us. A lot of them have children that come, or kids that come to Milliken, but it was a great way. And I have a lady that I'm getting in contact with and seeing if we can find, locate ourselves in the place right next to hers. And so that's in the works, and I'll be getting a hold of her over Christmas break, because I'm staying in Decatur and working over break for the gallery. That'll be a great time to get a hold of her, talk to her, we can set things up. And it'll be for next semester. That was the goal, to have it for next semester. So I will find a time with her when we can hopefully get into that area, and then we'll start making checklists of what we want to bring, who's coming, how we're going to travel there, and all those little details. So those are the goals in the projects that I've been working on this semester. I didn't get as far in some of them as I would have liked, but I do think that I made my goal as much as what I needed to. And I had a great time this semester. Some concluding remarks. I've been with Blue Connection for a year and a half now, practically, and I really have learned a lot from this. I'm an entrepreneurship major. I'm not going to start my own art gallery. Well, I might, you never know. But I am going to run my own business, and being one of the project managers who run the business, I really learned the ins and outs of running a business and how crazy and frustrating it can be, but also how fun and exciting it can be, and how you really have to grab opportunities when you see them, even if they're the littlest opportunities. Like, we went to a craft fair. That was a little opportunity. It didn't go as well as we thought, but it was a great opportunity, and I really enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed knowing now the fact that I've seen the hurdles that they have to get over when you're running a business. But there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You can always make it. You're going to struggle. But I like the fact that I have a chance to make mistakes now and learn from those mistakes now, and learn the details that I need to learn, basic details that I need to learn now. And it's been an overall great experience, and I have one more semester of it, and I'm looking forward to my last semester being with Blue Connection. So thank you.